Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, in yesterday's video we showed you how to create a custom global header. In yesterday's we actually put a search bar in there, but this is a custom global header. And we had a great question. Somebody said, how do you actually create a secondary menu bar if you're using custom global headers? And we made ours sticky, so it goes down like that. Really easy to do, and of course this will look fine on tablet and mobile too if I hit my F12 key. Here it is on an iPhone 12, and we'll show you how to rearrange it for iPhone. We've got all our menu items in a single item there. You may find when you think you know how to do this, you'll end up with two menus. I'll show you a workaround for that. Let's have a look on an iPad Air. It's working perfectly there too. So let's get started. I'm going to get rid of my inspector. And I'll undo what I've got done here and we'll start from scratch. Okay, let's just refresh this. And we're left with a simple global header that we did yesterday. To add a secondary menu to it, let's go down to our dashboard. We're going to go down to Divi. We're going to go down to Theme Builder. Once we click on that, here's the global header we built yesterday. Let's go in there. And here it is. Very simple global header there. I've just got a simple menu module with the logo and a few menu items. Let's add a secondary menu. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same section, blue tab for a section, but I'm just going to add a new row. Green button to add a new row. I'm actually going to have 3 columns in mind. Obviously, depending on what you want to do, put as many or as few columns you want in there. In my first column, I'm going to use a blurb module and make a telephone link. I've actually got one saved in my library for expedience. I'm going to use that module. There it is right there. For anybody that doesn't know, it's just a blurb module. I've got the icon selected in the icon. In the design, image and icon, I've got mine on the left hand side. I made it about 20 pics. And for the actual content, I've just used the title for the telephone number. And for the link, a tel, T-E-L colon. When they click on it, if you're on a mobile device, it'll make the call for you. Or on desktop, it'll prompt you to use something like Skype. Have to put the country code in and then your full number. Okay, in my second column, I'm going to put the menu items that I actually want. So I'm going to use a menu module. Choose the menu that you want to put in there, and these have to be menus you've already created and saved. For anybody that doesn't know, I'll quickly show you. We go down to our dashboard, down to Appearance, and then Menus. This is where you create your menus. To create a new one, hit the Create New Menu link there. Just add the pages that you want to it. Then make sure you save it once you're done. Great, so that's the one I'm going to use. I don't want a background on it, so while we're under Content, it always puts in a white background by default. I want to be able to read it. So let's go into our design, menu text. I'm just going to make my active link and my regular link white in color, and they'll turn up. While we're in here, I want that to be in the middle of my actual column that it's sitting in too. So if we roll down, let's centralize that. Fantastic. Now, so these line up nicely on mobile, my little blurb module, what I did with that one, I went into the design. I took the sizing down to 80%. I basically took it down until the numbers almost broke like that. And just before they break, I'm going to leave it right there. And then you can align it where you want. I've got mine in the middle, so like I say, it'll line up nicely centrally on the mobile devices. For my third column over here, I just put some social media icons. And again, I've got that saved in the library. We're just using the social media follow module for that one. And for anybody that's not sure, have a look at our Divi for Beginners. We've got a whole video on blurb modules, and we cover things like the social media module too. And again, I've got these centralized. Okay, my little row here, I want it to stretch the full width that's available on any screen. So I'm going to go into the row that we just added here. I'm going to go to Design and Sizing. I'm going to pull the width up to 100%. I'm going to copy that, Control C. I'm going to paste it down below in the max width, Control V to paste. We've now got a full width row. That's great. And while we're in here, let's change the background color of the row so we can discern the two menus. And of course, that's entirely up to you. Background's always under Content. Let's make it blue. As you can see, it stretches the whole width there. Now, that's a little bit wide for me. I want it a little bit skinnier. So still in the row, we can go into Design. Let's go into our spacing. Let's perhaps put, we'll try 10 pixels. I'm just going to put 10 in. It'll put it in pixels for you. Hit the chain. It'll do the opposite side. Still a little bit wide. Let's take that down to 5 perhaps. Okay, that's about right. We could probably even go down to 3 or something like that. Of course, it's entirely up to you. Great. And now we've got that, we can save it. But I want it on the top of our original menu. So all we need to do is grab the little cross in the row, and just drag it up to the top and drop it. We've now got it on the top up there. Now this is great, that's fine on desktop, but the problem we're going to have on tablet and mobile is if I switch to tablet view, you'll see that we've actually got two menus here. One there and one there. I really don't want that. And also it's kind of stretched a little too far apart between these columns 1, 2 and 3 there. And of course, same with the mobile version. So I'm going to go back to desktop mode. I'm going to go into my row right here, the green tab for the row again. I'm going to go over to Design, Sizing. I'm going to use a custom gutter width. Now you won't see any difference on the desktop version. So let's flip to tablet version. I'm going to take the gutter width all the way down to 1 right there. As you can see, that's tightened those up. That's a bit better for me. But like I say, I don't want two menus. I just want one menu going on there. And I probably don't want my little logo in there. So we've got the number, social media icons, then one menu for both of these. Really easy to do. Let's save our little row there. I'm going to go back to desktop view. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to clone this whole section or duplicate it with the two little squares right here. So we've got another one underneath. I'm actually going to delete my menu from this one. I'm going to change the column structure so we've just got 2 columns on this one. Do that. Roll over the green tab for the column. This little icon in the middle here. Change column structure. I'm going to make it 2 columns. Great. And this one, I want to get rid of my logo, so I'm going to go into my menu here. I'm going to go into the logo, simply going to trash it. Okay, but we still want to have all of these accessible by a little hamburger menu. Now the way to do this, let's save everything we've got here. I'm going to save everything here. I'm going to go into where I showed you before, into my menus, so Dashboard, Appearance, and Menus. I'm going to create a new menu, and I'm going to combine all of those links in it. Create new menu. I'm going to call it Mobile. Hit the Create Menu button. And once you've created it, you can add all of the links that you need, whether they're pages, posts, custom links. I'm just going to select all these and we'll throw them in there just to show you. And you can make sub-items by dragging things to the right and releasing them. And if you want sub-items, just drag them further to the right and you've got sub-items. And it'll tell you regular, sub-item, sub-item. Once you're happy, let's just put that there. Once you're happy, make sure you save your menu. It'll tell you mobile has been updated. Let's go back to our theme builder now. Make sure everything's saved. And let's just refresh this page. And the reason we're refreshing, if we don't, then that menu we just created won't show up. So I'm going to go into this one, our little menu module. I'm going to select our new menu, which was called Mobile. Great. Well, we're getting there. Now, one more little tweak that we have to do. This top one, I only want to see on desktop, which is our little blue menu there, and the black one with the logo and the 2 menus. So I'm going to go into this section itself, little cog. I'm going to go over to advanced. Once at advanced, go down to visibility. We can disable it on phone and tablet, so we won't see this top one at all on phone and tablet. And guess what we're going to do next? I'm sure you're ahead of me on this. We're going to go into the bottom one now. Same thing, over to advanced, down to visibility, and we're going to disable this one on desktop, and we're going to have it visible on phone and tablet. And you can see once we do that, it grays it out. If I switch views now, let's just save this, hit the little purple button on tablet. We've now got this. You see the top one's grayed out, so we won't be seeing that, and I'll demonstrate this on the live view in a minute. We've just got our number, we've got our little social media icons, and we've got one menu for everything right there. Same for mobile, obviously. And if we go back to desktop, we've got this one, and this one's grayed out. So once you're happy, save your changes. We'll X out up here. Make sure that everything is saved here. Now if we go back to our page and refresh on the desktop, we've got our secondary menu right there. We've got our tel number. As you can see, it's got a link, which we'll call that number. We've got our regular menu links there, and we've got our little social media icons here. Let's flip to tablet or mobile. I'm going to hit my F12 key. I'm using Google Chrome with the inspector tools. Here it is on an iPad Air, and as you can see, we've just got our number. We've got our social media icons, and we've got one menu for everything. I know I just threw that together, but really you'd combine those two menus you had at the top. And let's flip to a phone. And the same thing, we've just got our number at the top. We've got our little social media icons and the single menu right there. Now I could change that drop-down color. But as you can see, really easy to do. And that way you've got a single hamburger menu rather than two hamburger menus. And we saved a bit of space by not having the logo in there. But that's entirely up to you. You can arrange it how you want. But that's a way to add a little menu, or I should say a secondary menu, if you've got a custom global header. And one more thing, I kind of like that to be sticky so it stays there when we roll out the page, if anybody wants to do that. We'll go back to our theme builder, go back to our global header. In our section at the top here, the blue tab, I'm going to go into it. In the advanced tab, if we go down to scroll effects at the bottom, sticky position, I'm going to have it stick to top. Save the changes. You can do the same for the mobile. I'm actually happy for my mobile to roll up the screen. They've got more visibility that way. That's entirely up to you. And again, we want to hit the purple button, make sure we save, and we can X out, make sure everything's saved here. Go back to our page. Just give it a quick refresh. And roll down. As you can see, it's sticking to the top there. Perfect. Just exactly what I wanted. So there you go, guys. There's how to create a secondary menu for your Divi theme global header. Really easy to do and looks good on all devices. So once again, this has been Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you. We'll make a little demo video just like this one. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.